I have a gamepad. I'm good. Well, he was just there. Oh, wait. I just saw him. There he is. This is a Venture Lamp. It's available on Steam. And the Venture Lamp is about a lamp on a hat. It's about Simon. He's doing some work. Some academy has sent him out into something that seems to be quite dangerous. And he takes a tumble and he ends up in the depths. Has to climb his way out. So how Adventureland works is it's a platformer where you go through environments, and when you hold the jump button down, your hat has a tendency to fly off of your head. You can also use the X button, the blue button, whichever, to fling your hat. Some enemies are destroyed permanently when you do that. Others, they kind of fade away, but then they come back. I like the ones that just kind of stay away entirely. That's kind of my thing. But yeah, there's enemies that kind of swarm you. Really no penalty for death other than just having to restart the level. The levels are fairly short, and the first level just sort of introduces you to the raw mechanics of just jumping, throwing the hat. So you kind of get used to that. And then each level brings about another mechanic, another objective. Well, not really, because the objective is just to get out of the level. But the second level introduces switches, buttons that you access yourself by hitting them, by jumping on them, throwing the hat, etc. The third introduces wind. So oftentimes you'll be having to struggle with some platforming while the wind is pushing you off a cliff or pulling you onto something. Well, I guess it's pushing you depending on what direction you're facing. But eventually you'll get the hang of it. And of course, new enemies are introduced. Enemies that when you get into their red circle, as it were, they sort of target you and zoom in to try to take you out. It seems though the mechanics, in my opinion, got more interesting as the game goes along, probably because you have a combination of the two. In one world, things are dark, and you have to use your hat, which is your light source, but you're throwing it. So you can't see where you are exactly, but you can see where you're going. So when you combine that with the switches, with the enemies, it's like the game really kind of hit its stride towards the latter portion, just because it could combine the different levels, the previous levels mechanics. I thought Adventureland was a very fun game. My only issue is, I think it's around $12 or $13. It is a little bit short. I know that there is some more content coming out for it. Hopefully, I know there's some creator level. I think the goal is for the developer to perhaps make a creator level creation mode. I'll just say that. But the game is fun. It controls well. It sounds, the music is relaxing. It's fun. I just kind of wish that there was more, because as the game built up and gave you more to do at once, it made the levels that much more interesting. Not that the initial levels were boring, but just the levels where you have switches, enemies, something shooting at you, and then you can barely see. You can make it through all those things. It creates more of a challenge. You feel more of a reward getting through the levels when there's, I guess, more adversity. Anyway, feel free to like, subscribe, click on either one of these videos, check out some more playlists of videos I've done.